Hello, welcome to Robotic Idiotic. This is going to be a long-running series where we ask that all-important question: have I finished my Beetle? Not yet. However, I have got started. Roll the intro. Last time we went through the CAD designs for my new look Volta, and we got up to a stage where we were ready to print out the parts sheet to stick onto the 10mm HDPE, and that is where we are going to pick it up. Keep the hair out of my eyes. Let's go downstairs and get started with some jigsawing. Yes. So, first things first, I have already done this step because it would have been too mundane to put onto video, but I have added my templates to my HDPE. Don't worry about the negative space, I'll soon use that. That's the back panel there. We're going to cut them up. We can actually then mock up how well the chassis will look once it's all screwed together. Check this out, multicam. That's how the pros do it. Here we go. Smooth. There we go, one bulkhead. It's not perfect, but we can sand it down, even that out. Job's a good one. Another one. You see? Needs a bit of skimming on one side, get rid of some of the excess, but pretty solid. And this is a Concord. Last section. I do have some spare material, at least if I do pull it up. I'm hoping that's not going to happen. Hope. Sand it down. Job's a good one. All our parts there. Surplus. Smiles to the other camera. And because it's nice and thick HDPE, I can actually stand it up. Not 100% accurate. Bit of refining. A bit of a funny angle there, isn't it? It's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. That is pretty much bang on. Looking much better than what the original one was. Okay, so I've sanded down some of the edges, marked up where our bulkheads will go on the right hand side and the left hand side. We need to set a certain amount in from the edge because of course they'll be extended forward to mount onto the centres. So I'll mark them out on here as well. I don't know, we could probably start drilling. So I've marked out on here 20mm from either side. We'll drill the holes, mark out the edge on there, and then drill through there. So what I've done for these left hand and right hand bulkheads, can see the screws are nicely in. They're also countersunk. Countersinking. I don't know if they're going to be long enough. It might be enough. You can always change the length of the screw at another point. I won't screw it all together just yet. Maybe that'll be another point in the future, as I need to drill out this hole and the hole for which the flipper hinge will go on. I think my next step will just be to drill some holes into these. So there we go, we have our parts. I must say actually this part of the process has actually been reasonably easy. I don't know if that's because my dexterity with some of the tools have improved, or if the way that I'm doing it is just so much easier than cutting out sheets of metal with a Dremel. But yeah, I think we are on to a pretty good start. There's still a few more holes to drill for this one, for the bulkheads to attach to. I do want to make sure that the wheels actually fit nicely in correlation with the bulkheads and the 3mm polycarbonate that I've got, that I'm going to use for the chassis, or at least use as a guide for the chassis. Whilst I'm on about polycarbonate, we can then start to mark out the screw holes for the sides of the bulkheads and on the top, and maybe even start to think about attaching some polycarbonate. At some point we'll come back to the HDPE, because I'll need to print out some flipper arms and do the same process with some of the scrap that I've got left over. So there we go. We may not have finished, but we have definitely started. And in the next stage, I don't know, we'll find something to do. I'm making it up as I go along, really. Thank you for joining me at the start of this incredible journey. We have a long way to go. It'll be fun.